Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Guten Morgen and unzlich willkommen. This is Run It Back right here. My name is Michelle Chandler Lou. It's not the prettiest language, but you know what? I did my best. Happy in German. Guys, what's going on?
Yeah, not a fan.
You tell me.
It's not Italian. I like French, but German, it's got a little in it. I tried my best. You know what, though? If you're a native speaker, however, I bet it sounds quite a little bit better than what I just pulled off. I said good morning and welcome.
Oh.
Yeah,
nice.
Because the Grizzlies and the Magic are chilling in Berlin right now, which I love so much. Memphis Grizzlies are there. They got a game. This is the video that was taken at Grizzlies shoot-around. We're starting with this, by the way. Ja Morant, Vince Williams. It looks like a little bit of a heated discussion, perhaps. According to some lip readers, said he doesn't F with y'all, among other things. I don't know a lot, Lou, but I don't know if not being F'd with is a good thing. So, 26 years combined between the two of you in this beautiful league of ours. This is fine, right?
To me, it looks like two grown men having a disagreement about something, and one invited the other to a fade. That's what we call that, a fade. Ooh. And in the locker room, and Josh said, "I'm standing right here." You know, so if you ask me, neither one of them really wanted to fight. If it was on like that, one of the other would have took off on each other. This happens. Now, I wouldn't say it happens often. You know, like some local journalists think that it happens, but it happens. You know, once in a blue moon, you do have guys that have, you know, individual disagreements, and you know they yell and scream, and usually nothing really happens. And that's no different than this. You know, a lot of these things are behind the scenes and not supposed to be seen, not supposed to be out in the public. But you know, when you're Ja Morant, especially in a different country, in a place where people usually don't get to see you. You could tell whoever was recording this video wasn't even speaking English. You know, so when you have people like that in the building, of course you're gonna film Ja Morant when you usually don't see him, and that's how some of these things go public. So I wouldn't make this a huge big deal, but it happens. It doesn't happen very often, but it looked like two grown men having a disagreement that didn't go any further than that.
Yeah, I think the argument part of it is fine. This happens throughout a season. This happens in the locker room. Like Lou said, usually this type of stuff never even gets out. Now it's Ja Morant, and here we go again with another negative, bad headline where he's in the news and he's making splashes for something other than being good at basketball and winning games. So I don't love it. I don't love it for Ja Morant. I don't love it for their team, their organization. You know, with the trade deadline coming up, everything around him and all the distractions he's kind of caused, pretty much all self-inflicted. It's not a good look. And again, I don't want to get carried away here. This is just a talk. This is just a disagreement. No problem. He could be talking about paying up for the Blu-ray on the flight. Like he could be talking about
what I was thinking, Chandler.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could have been just like, all right, you owe me this, and come get it. Like, what? It could have been anything.
I'm right here. He said, I'm right here like 27 times. So
it's just Ja Morant, and he's a huge distraction. I feel like everything has just gone this way with him, and this is just another thing.
Usually when you see these things, they have zero to do with basketball a lot of the time. So when you see these things, it has nothing to do with basketball. It has nothing to do with a basketball disagreement. Like I said, it looked like two grown men having a disagreement about something. It's usually not about basketball. And so I like the fact that they stood toe to toe and they had that conversation, and nobody decided to take it any further. Usually you have one guy who's the aggressor, and you got a guy that's usually scared of the other guy that's being the aggressor. Especially in this situation, when you're talking about the best player on the team, you usually don't see young guys having this type of conversation with one of your better players. So this tells me that this is a personal thing going on. Has nothing to do with probably trade talks. Has nothing to do with basketball schemes or any of those things. Ja's not even in uniform. So this had to be something personal that's going on behind the scenes between these two guys.
Well, I asked some Lifetime Fitness League guys, and they also agree with you guys that that's just normal stuff.
A bunch of them had a lot to say.
Yeah, a lot of opinions out there, guys. Press conference. Ja was asked by reporters about the fact that the team was listening to trade offers. Here's his exchange with an athletic reporter.
I believe this is your first time being in front of a microphone since the reports that the Grizzlies were listening to trade offers for you, which they had been explicit in the past that they were not doing that. So what was your reaction to the news, and do you think that you will remain with the Grizzlies past the trade deadline?
You said what my reaction was?
Yes, sir.
Live with it.
And then do you think that you will be with the team past the trade deadline?
I'm the only one you asked that question to.
Chandler. Oh, Chandler doesn't like it. Oh, here we go.
This dude is so checked out. He is so unhappy. He is frustrated. And I don't know every detail of the situation. I don't know what happens in that facility. I know he's becoming a negative impact on this franchise and in that locker room. That's just what it feels like. It's always something, man. It's never about basketball. It's never about, him doing what he does best, what he did for years. And I just feel like the last couple of years, it's just been all downhill. And again, the media is just doing their job, dude. They're asking Giannis. They asked Trae Young. Like, this is just part of the business, and some uncomfortable questions you have to answer. You have to be a professional. You have to be responsible enough just to answer the questions and take it and be a pro. And he didn't. He was just laughing, covering his face. Like, this isn't a guy that you want to build a franchise around. This isn't a guy that's a franchise piece, a leader that you guys are going to follow after. Like, just seems like he's got to get out of there. And I don't think this is ever going to work out in Memphis. And from the distractions to the beef with the coach to now the viral videos saying I don't F with y'all, which means the team, for whatever reason that is, it seems like this has gotten really, really stale. And it just feels like he is so checked out, and it just feels like he has got to get moved.
I'm gonna disagree with Chandler somewhat. Because, like you're saying, he's checked out, right? But as a franchise, you guys have to put him in a position to even get through what's going on, right? Like, he's not in uniform, so why have him at the press conference? Why have him doing the presser? My obvious idea is he did the press conference because they're in Berlin, they're in a different market, and people are going to want to speak to him. So he probably was requested. And so you have to put him up there, and he has to answer questions. And also, if you know that he's checked out, you might not want to put him up there. Like, you might not want to put him in the position to speak. If you know he's frustrated, if you know you're frustrated, if you know you're not on the same page with him, why put a microphone in front of him? You're not going to get anything good out of it. Now, one thing I agree with you, Chandler, is when you do put him up there, you would like for him to be the franchise leader. You would like for him to handle this like a pro. But he's frustrated, and he's checked out and everything. And it looks like this is in the same time span of him going through it with Vince Williams. Like, it's just a recipe for disaster. So, as much as I want Ja Morant to take responsibility for the way that he handles these things, I want the Memphis Grizzlies to take responsibility for the positions that they put him in as well, especially if he's not in uniform. And knowing that this is a guy that is so polarizing. He's going to have so many different eyes and ears on him, no matter what he says, no matter what he does. He's in that space now that everything that he's going to do and say is going to be picked apart. So why even put him in that position? Because Ja Morant's not the only person that's looking bad in his light at this point. The Memphis Grizzlies are too. Everybody is going to share responsibility for how this is playing out in the public, all the way around the board. So I don't put all of the onus on Ja Morant. He's going to answer these questions how he feels, because he feels like he has 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and he's just waiting for a day for somebody to trade him and put him in a different position. So this is the energy going to get. We've seen superstar guys and players around the league when they're constantly getting talked about getting traded, constantly talked about getting moved, being seen in a negative light. One person that comes to my mind just without thinking is Russell Westbrook. Like, look how Russell Westbrook would answer questions when he was kind of in this position. When guys are frustrated like this, you're never going to get anything good or positive out of it unless you're looking at a guy who has the caliber of a Steph Curry, that no matter what, he can see the bigger picture outside of himself and outside of what's happening at a present time. And you might get a different response or more mature responses than you did out of Ja. But he's telling the truth. You got to live with it. It's not going to change until something changes. So I don't put all of the blame on Ja. I put it on both of these. I put it on him and the
That's fair.
Good, bad, and ugly. The media is going to want to talk to Ja Morant. Who the hell else do they want to talk to on the Grizzlies? Like, that is part of the game. It's part of the business, especially being a franchise player, an all-NBA player, a Nike, a signature athlete. Like, you are Ja Morant. There's responsibilities that comes with that. And yeah, I get it. You're frustrated. A lot of guys are frustrated. You think we want to talk to the media after we miss a game-winning shot or we lose a bunch of games or I'm on a shooting slump? Like, no, but you have to, as a grown-ass man that has to face the music sometimes and answer uncomfortable questions, especially in Germany where this guy gets to ask you one question for the rest of his life. He wants to talk to Ja Morant.
But guess what, Chandler? He used that one question to ask him about where he is with getting traded. Like, so.
Well, hold on.
Again,
That guy's from the Athletic, so that's one of the.
This guy wasn't even German.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he has
another
to do
guy.
media there. It's part of his obligation. He's got to go do media there. He's there as the face of that franchise in the international games. He's got to do it.
Yes, ask me questions about that. Well, listen, we're responding to a clip, right? What else did he get asked while he was up there? Was everything about trade? Was everything about him getting traded? Did they ask him about being in Berlin? Did they ask him, was he excited to be there? Has he ever been there? I don't know. We don't have the answers to that. We're responding to a clip.
I would imagine yes.
I would hope so.
I would.
Absolutely. I would hope so. And I didn't see it either. But if that's how we start the presser, you get what you give. I'm sorry. You're going to get what you give.
It's a tough start.
So,
It just that's
how I feel about it. Listen, if I'm in this position and that's the first question I get asked, that's the way that this presser is going.
I get it.
Ain't no good answers coming out of that after that.
Yeah, it sort of shuts you down, which
what
sucks.
What if that question was at the end of the presser, Lou?
That's better.
Different scenario. Absolutely. Different scenario.
That would be way better, but also never ever going to happen. Look, he looked fine in practice, and he actually said he was hopeful, even though we knew he wasn't playing later today. They do have a game in London also in a couple days, I believe. So I don't know if this is just the Grizzlies are protecting their asset, Chandler. I don't know how I feel about if we're ever going to see him in a jersey again. Like, is there a chance he plays in London?
I don't want to beat a dead horse. I don't think he's their asset. I don't like Jaren Jackson is their asset. Like, I don't know. I think he's devalued himself so much that if I'm another team, if I'm the Miami Heat, if I'm all these other teams you keep hearing about, I'm scared shitless to make a move for this guy. Although I know he's all world talent, and I think a fresh start will do him wonders. And I do. Once a guy like him gets moved, he's got everything to prove that it was not his fault in that last situation. And I do think we will see the best version of Ja Morant if he gets moved to wherever. It just can't be at Memphis. So I do think that basketball-wise, he's still going to be a dominating force. He'll be an all-star again. Like, I still think he has that capability. It's just never going to be in a Grizzlies jersey ever again. I truly believe that. I think this has gotten so stale and so rotten and so frustrating that he needs to get out of there. And he is good enough to wherever he goes, he will find success. And it's on him to prove that, this was not me in Memphis. This wasn't my situation. And here's me. It's like a Jimmy Butler situation. Like, he had to be on his P's and Q's. He had to be on his best behavior when he went to Golden State, and he's been great. Kind of similar situation for Ja Morant.
Devalue or not, though, Chandler, he's an asset. He's an asset. Whether teams decide that they want to try to lowball Memphis for him because of some of these things or not, they know what he's valuable and he's capable. My question to you guys is, has he even been cleared to play? Like, before we even go through how he looks in practice and all that?
Like, went from not officially out to questionable to play in the game tonight, I guess.
Yeah, so we shouldn't even he hadn't even been cleared medically to play. So until that happens and then he sits out, this is nothing to me.
There was another little bit of news. I don't know what to make of this, but I guess through his trust. By the way, I've always found it creepy that people are sort of real estate watching. But anywho, through his trust, he bought a $3.2 million spot in Miami 3 weeks ago. Lou, I'm also on Zillow right now because I'm like, what do you get for $3 million in Miami? That's nothing, right? Like, who doesn't want a little spot in the beach?
Yeah, I don't read too much into this, and also Ja Morant has no control over where he gets traded at this point. It doesn't look like they're being collaborative and they're trying to work with each other to find a market where he can go, especially it being the Miami Heat. So I see nothing to this. This is a 26-year-old with a lot of cheese that everybody and their mama at that age loves to be in Miami and in the Miami area to spend time. And if I'm somebody that plays in Memphis, Tennessee, I'm probably going to try to find me a sunshine and some beach somewhere to spend my time in the off season. So, listen,
This
I don't read too
I
much
found
into
a
this.
spot. Coral Gables, another 5-bedroom, 4-bath, 3,000 square feet. You can get that for 3.2. I got some stuff here. I got a list.
This just means he
Cute.
loves Miami and he spends his off season in Miami.
That's
This is
it.
not. I bought a house my 5th year in the league in LA. I never once played in LA. It's just where I knew I was going to spend my summers and my off season. This is nothing.
Exactly.
No.
Like, this is nothing.
But who's watching that? Like, who's keeping track of,
Well, it's also Ja
also-
Morant, and he's got eyes and ears on him everywhere. So like it's more likely to come
Creepy.
about this. This is nothing.
It's a soap opera. man.
I love it. I love that someone's job is to like check that out. Okay, we had some games. We had a game, Nuggets Mavericks. Let's talk about that one for a second. There's some. Oh no, you guys tried to trick me. I guess we're going Sixers here. Y'all are the worst. Anyways, Cavs Sixers. Cavs with a big blowout. Sixers for the bounce back win, 133-107. Donovan Mitchell finishes with 35, 9, and 7. Darius Garland with 27. He did leave the game though in third quarter with a bit of a foot injury. Hate to see that. Joel Embiid, 20 points, 6 turnovers, and the Cavs did shoot 43% from 3. I'm sure you'd like to know that, Chandler. So regular season last year, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Cavs absolutely dominated it. It was something of a storybook. What is interesting, I think, to a lot of people is that this season's up and down, but they don't seem very interested in perhaps breaking up that core 4. So I think a lot of experts or people that watch the league think they should make a bit of a change. We've talked about it a little, but they got to do something while the value's good, no?
Well, I think the start that they had to this season was kind of humbling, and I think that this team still thinks that they are a contender, and honestly, they should. I was so high on them coming into the year just because I was kind of mesmerized by the beginning of the season they had last year, and they have so much talent. They have size, they have guards, they have shooting. They have it all. They have a hell of a coach in Kenny Atkinson. They can defend. And last night, you saw that on full display. In that first half, the ball movement was unbelievable. They were penetrating, getting in the paint, making the extra pass. Like, they had fun last night, just destroying the Philly defense, and that was the Cavs of last year. So if they can build off this, and you're getting all this production from both those guards, and DeAndre Hunter comes in, and Mobley's healthy, and Jared Allen's healthy, like, this is the Cavs. That's the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Not what we saw, the first 20, 25 games or so. So sure, they might look at the trade market, the value. Darius Garland's always been the name that you hear. They're not trading Donovan Mitchell. They're not trading Evan Mobley. So you got to look to a Garland or an Allen, or DeAndre Hunter kind of was that big addition they made last year, which I don't think he's going anywhere. So it's really Darius Garland or not. And I think Darius Garland, when he's healthy, he is the guy to run that offense. And he's shown that he can lead that team to at least a number 1, number 2 seed. They just got to get over the hump in the playoffs. So I think this is a win like this. And on the flip side, I said the other night, Philly's been rolling a little bit. They played the Cavs 2 times in a row here. This was huge for them. And they got absolutely punched in the face. And this game was over early. So kind of a tale of two stories there. But this is the Cavs that I expected to see all season long, and they finally gave it to us.
I think, well, also, by the way, on that Darius Garland injury, it's the non-surgically repaired foot that is what was the problem last night.
He was
I think,
rolling
Lou,
last night. He was going.
I know.
He was rolling.
I
He was
hate
rolling
seeing
before.
that.
Cavs were too. 41 assists. That's hard to do.
Here's the thing. I think people, maybe why we expect them to make a move and would be shocked if they didn't. Because of the way it ended last year, I know they're sitting in the 7th spot right now. Let's just say they do nothing. It's hard not to expect the same result as last year. Tell me that I'm wrong. Convince me that I'm wrong to assume that this would just fizzle out like it did last year.
When you see them play like they played last night, you see the potential. So it's hard for you to ring the bell on moving somebody when you see the level that this team can play if everybody is on the same page. Now we got to hold our breath and see how severe this Darius Garland injury is. But when you see those guys play like that, like last night, they were making tough shots. They were getting to the rim at will, doing what they wanted to. They had Evan Mobley activated early in this game. DeAndre Hunter was activated early in this game. Garland was attacking early in this game. Then you get to the third quarter and you realize, oh, they still got Donovan Mitchell on this basketball team. And then he starts going crazy. That's a loaded basketball team. So I don't know what's happened between last year and this year, but if they can play like they were last night and they can bottle that up and put a 10 to 15 game stretch together, they put themselves back in the conversation in the Eastern Conference. So when you're looking at a team like that that's playing as inconsistently as they are at the level that we expected them to, it's hard to press a button to move anybody when you see the potential right there. It's tough.
Also, they're 3.5 or 4 games out of the 2 seed.
Yeah,
and
like
and there's so much basketball to be played left. Like, I'm not panicking at all if I'm this team, because you know what? I'm sitting in that locker room right now. I say, I know we're 23-19 right now. I know we're the 7th seed. We are better than Orlando. We are better than Philly. We are better than Toronto, and we can compete against those top 2-3 teams. And we don't fear anybody in the Eastern Conference. So if I'm them, I get it. Might sounds a little loco to run it back. The same exact team as last year that just got beat in the playoffs. But there's something to say about the continuity of this team, the chemistry they develop. And when you see them play last night, and they're moving the ball and they're playing off each other, and that's who they are. So I'm not shaking this quite yet. I just think they got off to a horrific start. They're starting to figure it out.
This is why I love this league, Lou, because we spent the first couple of months talking about Joel Embiid's washed, or this is just never going to be the same. It's not going to work. Last 10 games, he's averaging 27 and 8. Now I'm wondering, are we underrating Joel Embiid? Like, this is like a flip flop, and my head hurts thinking about it. But
impossible.
Describe to me Joel Embiid in your eyes.
It's impossible. I'm gonna go by my own standard that I created. If you've made $100 million playing basketball, you can't be underrated. Somebody saw the value in you, and Joel Embiid is no different. We're talking about somebody that we've compared and went toe-to-toe, head-to-head with Nikola Jokic as the top 2 big men in the league. Joel Embiid is not underrated. He's unhealthy. His knee is unhealthy. Once he's able to be on the court and stay on the court and be consistently available, these are the numbers that you should be accustomed to getting from him. So no, I don't think he's underrated. I just think he's available at this point. You can tell that he still doesn't have the mobility in his game that we're used to him seeing. But look at that clip right there. He's diving for it right here, wide open jump shots. He's shooting. Like, nobody has the skill set around the league that a Joel Embiid has, with the exception of Nikola Jokic. Cat is another guy that can stretch the floor for you. And I can go around the league, and it's probably going to be 1 or 2 more guys that I can even put in a conversation with these guys as far as skill sets go. So no, Joel Embiid it's impossible to underrate him. If anything, he's been unhealthy, and that's why he hasn't been in these conversations recently. But I love what I'm seeing in these recent last 10 games or so.
Yeah, it's all health. If he's healthy, he's the best or second best big man in the league. And he's proven that. So I don't think he's underrated. I damn sure don't think he's overrated. When he is right, he is dominant. He is so good. And again, there's a lot of good bigs like Sengun, Cat, Jokic, Bam,
damn Sengun. How did I forget Sengun?
There's some talent there. But I'm not taking any of those cats if he's fully healthy, and he hasn't shown it yet. And I don't know if we'll ever see him back to MVP form. But I think he's in a good place right now, and he's finally playing good basketball, and he's healthy enough to be out there and help his team win games.
You want to do some Nuggets Mavs now? I'm scared. Yay! Nuggets rout them, by the way. 3rd straight win for Denver, 118-109. Jamal Murray, 33-5. Aaron Gordon with 22-6. Najee Marshall, 24-5. But Cooper Flag did leave this game in the second quarter with an ankle injury. Second place for the Denver Nuggets right now out west. They've gone 6-3. Without the big guy, who is due back soon, by the way. So, Lou, I'll start with you. How surprised are you that not only have they tread water, they've actually been quite good?
I'd be lying if I say I wasn't slightly surprised, but this is a very capable basketball team, and I liked what you're getting out of the other guys. I like what you're getting out of Peyton Watson. Obviously Jamal Murray is having a career year. He's going to be a first-time All-Star this year. God willing, the talent is there, but if he can stay healthy, he's definitely going to be a first-time All-Star. But I love to see it. I love the way that this team has responded with Jokic being out of this lineup. When you stand next to such a bright light like that, it kind of dims your light. So for him to not be there and these guys have an opportunity to shine bright and still be successful with his absence, I love that. I love the fact that Jamal Murray is having an opportunity to stand out and show that, hey, I can keep this thing stable until big fella gets back. I love the fact that my man Peyton, he's out there hooping the way that he's hooping, averaging almost 25 points a game and over what? I'm sorry, I can't even remember, but those two guys are absolutely balling. Aaron Gordon is back in the lineup, and he's balling. So they've shown that they're a capable basketball team. And And look, when Jokic goes off and he has these nights where he has these big gaudy numbers with 10, 15, 20 assists and all of these things, he got to pass the ball to somebody, and they got to be able to finish that for him to get assists. Now we're starting to shine the light on those guys. So it's great to see, but slightly surprised, but not very at most.
Yeah, I'm surprised just obviously how good Jokic is and how much he impacts the game that you think if you take that off the court, they're going to really struggle. And on the flip side, I just think this experience and this opportunity that these guys are getting that they don't normally get, the guys like Jones, the guys like Pickett, Peyton Watson, I always just thought he was like this long, versatile, defending, shot blocking wing. This dude is a bucket, and he is so athletic, and he's averaging 25 points. Like, he's cooking. So I love to see these other guys get opportunities because we all know how good Jokic is. And even Jamal Murray, say, guy, it's probably one of the best players to never not be an all-star. Jokic goes out, their team not only keeps winning, but he is carrying them. He is doing everything offensively. And he's playing the same way he does with Jokic, just a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more assertive, which is awesome. And so I look at this team. I had no idea that this team was deep. I didn't know they were going to be this balanced, but all it took was Jokic going out for a couple of weeks to realize, no, this team is stacked. They're so balanced. They're so versatile. They can go small. They can go big. And Jamal Murray is that dude. And I will throw a fit if he's not an all-star because he is he is
all-star.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. Is he definitely an all-star?
1,000%. 1,000%. It's probably two guards in the East that's playing better than Jamal Murray right now, and that's Steph Curry and SGA at the point guard position. Other than that, he's right there in the conversation. That's it.
So top 3 for Lou, top 3 for you, Chandler?
Well, this year, no doubt, when you look at the second best team in the Western Conference and where they are in the standings and what the situation is without their all-world Hall of Fame MVP Jokic, yes. He is an all-star. I don't care if it's over a legacy, Steph Curry, if it's over, I don't care. He is an all-star this year, and he deserves it.
I think this is awesome because so long it was like when Jokic is out, they're not a good team. And now that they fixed that, it's
honestly, that's what I thought. I was like, man, like when you
well, it used to be that way. He was everything. Like his numbers when they're there, it was completely different. So that's scary, I think, to everybody else in the West. They figured something out.
Hey, how long till we start are they a better team without Jokic?
No, God. I will murder someone.
See, that's how you know we pick and choose those conversations.
Somebody's doing that today.
We would never do that though, right?
We pick and choose.
I mean, I've thought it. I have definitely thought it, but I'm not going to say it out loud.
Yeah, right, Bees.
Quick break.
No way you thought something like that.
Oh, I think stupid things all the time, Lou. All the time. Chandler, we got some you buy on that. Jaylen Brown was recently fined $35,000 for being really, really outspoken about the officiating. He also doubled down yesterday, saying, quote, "It's kind of clear that certain guys on certain teams, certain markets, or certain profiles get preferential treatment versus others when it should just be about basketball." We buying that?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I think that happens all across. I mean, Steph Curry, I feel like back in the day, I was thinking about the way he reacted, the way he would celebrate and stuff. If anyone else other than Steph Curry would ever do that, I think it'd be a huge issue. Even Draymond Green, I feel like he's got kind of a shorter leash with the refs, but then also some nights he's got a longer leash when he's going really peppering them, and they're kind of giving him more leeway because it's Draymond. So, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll see him go at a ref, and it's almost like they know it's Draymond. So like, all right, it's not that bad. But if like Pickett on the Nuggets did that, he'd get tossed. Like, so I do think there is a balance, and I think there's an understanding, and obviously there's going to be some sort of different, treatment, but for the most part, I think it's pretty fair, but there are certain guys definitely that get away with a lot more.
Yeah, I'm buying that. He's not wrong here. You around these referees for so long, they begin to know your personality. You begin to know their personality. You know what you can say to certain ones. You know what you can't say to certain ones. And after a while, you create kind of a little bunker for yourself. Like you know where you're comfortable at cursing somebody out, and you know where you can't play them type of games. So he's right. And I would even go further and say, Jaylen, you've probably benefited from this to some extent as well. He's probably just on the opposite end of it right now with some of the things that's been going on. But I agree with him 100% on this.
Not moving on until you each give me a guy that got preferential treatment back in the day. Chandler, you first. Crazy.
Like with the officials?
Yeah. The guy.
Well, James Harden, first of all, they switched the rules for him initially on the contact thing with swinging through because then other guys would try it, and I feel like they didn't get that whistle as much as he did. So off the top of my head, him, but then also that switched, and some nights he would not get the same call that he got last night because that referee wasn't going to call that foul. So I feel like it always comes back, but he's the first one I thought of.
Lou, you can't say James Harden.
Me. I got preferential treatment.
Damn.
I was
Okay.
part of the. I was part of the.
He
I was
would,
part
he
of
would
the foul
create the
play.
contact, and he'd go flying left with his fadeaway, and he would get that whistle every time.
That is
I've had
so-
referees tell me I'm just as equally responsible for the foul rule that James Harden is. So I'll take some credit for the preferential treatment when it comes to that as well.
I mean, do you feel bad? Do you have any guilt about
I
this
don't
way
feel
of doing
nothing.
things? Or
Nope. Hey, listen, I earned that. I earned it. I earned it.
By the way, on the flip side too, there's certain referees that you know that you can get away with more too. Like Zach Zarbo was my guy. I could mother F him all the
oh,
court.
of course.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
I
You
even-
know the
Of course you
referees
two
that
are
you can
boys.
curse out. You know the ones
Oh.
that's not going to take it personal.
Like if I even look at Joey Crawford wrong, he was gonna.
There he is.
So like there's
There.
different.
You know
there's
what?
different
One of the guys
treatments
that
of refs.
nobody really cared for, Tony. I could say whatever I wanted to in the world to Tony
Yeah.
because he knew he would say anything in the world to me, and you can't tee me up because I'm a tell if you
Yeah.
tell anybody what you said to me. And so we just used to have it out and laugh about it after the
Yeah.
game.
Tony Brothers would say the craziest stuff to me,
You
like
say
as
the
I'm
craziest
in
things to
there.
people, bro.
And again, but he almost developed that relationship with you, though, where, like Lou said, like, you're not going to get me for nothing the way you talk to me. But it was also like a good, friendly relationship.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Lou, you're up next on this one. Writer, NBA fan, Jay Caspian Kang tweeted this week that with 5 years of hindsight, it's very clear the bubble title was fake. No crowds, long break for old guys to rest, AD not having to face real pressure. I mean, some of us have been saying that.
AD,
Lou, you buying that the
AD.
Lakers bubble title should have an asterisk?
Nah, I'm not buying that because I wanted that title bad. I wanted that title bad. We felt like before going into the bubble, we had a really good opportunity to win the championship in that season. And then the bubble happened and we didn't respond well to the bubble. We weren't built for the bubble. But as you can see, 5 years later, some teams were built for the bubble, how their personalities were, how they were able to play. And not just the Lakers. It was a lot of guys that had some big standout moments in the bubble. And I think that was because it wasn't a lot of pressure in the building. It wasn't a lot of fanfare, and that changes everything. You know, being able to be in a real arena with real fans against you and with you, and pressure, and the game is on the line, and all of those things. It's a completely different ball game, and the bubble didn't present that to a lot of players that had some success.
So asterisk.
I don't.
So you put a little
I
asterisk, a
personally
little
can't
mini
put an
one.
asterisk. I personally
has one
can't
in
do
my
it because
diary.
I wanted that championship. So I'm not going to sit here and say it doesn't count for somebody
But
else.
you can
when
want
I-
something, it still be different than the other things.
I'm not. You're not getting
But
that
also,
vote from me.
it's not like they had
So I'm
anything to
not-
do with it. They couldn't
not saying they
control
did.
that. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying, like how they get an asterisk. You go to their Wikipedia.
Spurs
It's
get
not
the
gonna be
shortened
an asterisk.
season championship. People bring that up every single time when they want to mention that. So
Probably
that's
only
not
the
an
fans
asterisk.
probably only the team fans that lost to them. Other than that, in history, we don't put an
Yeah,
asterisk.
how about
next to
this?
that.
I've watched basketball my whole life. I don't even remember that, Beadle. So I'm telling you, it's not.
It was a lockout. It was a lockout year. I remember that, but we don't put an asterisk on it. Like you can't control that.
I do remember that bubble was weird. Like, do you remember T.J. Warren in the bubble? He was absolutely. Kid, it was like
There's
pickup.
a lot
for
of
him.
guys that was cooking, but again, if you can go and play a very nice, professional, organized pickup game with no fans and no pressure on you to be successful, and you're kind of already in the mindset that this is not real, a lot of guys had success in the bubble. A lot of them did.
Yeah, it's a real title, but and I
I
get
wanted
what
that
they're
title.
saying.
Yeah, I wanted.
I
Listen,
get what they're saying, but like
I
at the
wanted
end of the
it.
day,
So
That is the thing. It's like that everyone wanted it,
yeah, but
but
it
it
was
still
still
gets a
an
little
even.
asterisk.
It was still an even playing field, and they
but
played.
it
the
was
best.
lessened in intensity from what it would normally have been.
we can
had
agree
the bubble
on
never
that, but
existed.
that's for the people on the outside looking in. Everybody that was in that bubble, everybody that was in that bubble was fighting like hell to get that ring, whatever y'all want to put on it. We wanted that ring.
They had the same opportunity the Lakers did.
Yeah. So
Jay Caspian Kang, I'm on your side.
I'm not
They're
doing
not.
that.
It's
Yeah,
an
I'm not
asterisk
gonna
for
do
me, no asterisk for y'all. That's totally fine. See, that's what I love about this show. We can disagree and not get in a monster fight. Guys, the Austin Reeves, Rich Paul stuff. I will say this: LeBron did come out after the Lakers Hawks game and made sure that he knows that that does not reflect how he feels, and that he and AR have a really good relationship. So again, Chandler, I find this whole thing very fascinating for a variety of reasons. But if do you think LeBron doesn't think that trading AR is a good idea? Do you think he hasn't actually thought about it? I mean, are he and Rich Paul talking about this? Like, how are you envisioning this behind the scenes?
I'm sure it's coming up. It's come up over a glass of wine with his boy. But I think this is smart for LeBron to say that, just being like, listen, Rich Paul is his own man. He can do what he pleases, and this has nothing to do with my opinion or my take and my relationship with Austin Reeves. So I do believe LeBron when he says that. It doesn't make it any less weird, and this is why I think the situation could get awkward, because now think about it. Now LeBron James is commenting on it with my boy, my agent, doing a podcast. So I believe him when he says that, but I also believe that Rich Paul has this platform and this voice for a reason, and if he wants to take advantage of that, he can. So I think this is totally fair to say that LeBron has nothing to do with what Rich Paul is going to say next if he does another podcast.
Yeah. And if you guys seen yesterday, he kind of gave clarity to why this even went viral. He was like, yo, show the entirety of the clip where we were just throwing around hypotheticals. This is the one that stuck, and this was the one that people wanted to talk about, that we were saying. Like yesterday, he also said if it was up to him, he would trade Luka. He said that yesterday, because you can get 3 times the value for Luka than you would get for Austin Reeves at 1 time the value. So again, when we start putting these things into perspective, it's kind of not as sexy of a conversation as it once was. But that's what the internet is. That's where we are.
Can I say this too? Because for LeBron haters, and I understand that that's sort of been me a lot. It never even crossed my mind that the reason why Rich Paul doing a podcast is a little bit awkward. I never once thought, because LeBron's telling him, or these are the things LeBron thinks. And he's maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'd be like, yeah. I never even thought that. I just thought it was awkward from an agent to player.
I wish I could show you my DM and the names that people are calling me for thinking that I'm some type of like I'm clutch and I'm LeBron. Like it's ridiculous.
I'm sorry I sent those DMs, Lou. I was a little drunk.
Also,
well, every page only had about 4 followers a pop, so you probably had.
Okay, you're good.
It's not like LeBron needs an informant to get info out. Like he can
but
just
back in the day, if this was 15 years ago, which 100% we're like, this is his
we have
message.
A different conversation. But at this
Rich Paul's
point,
his own dude now.
Rich Paul has done he's done enough to stand on his own 2 feet and represent himself and his own opinions as an individual at this point.
Yeah.
This one, Chandler, Draymond Green says he is not ruling out coaching after he's done playing basketball. I don't know what age we're talking. Are we talking adults, Chandler? What are we doing?
Honestly, think about the career he's made for himself with the talent he's had. So the guy's clearly a basketball savant.
Temperament.
His temperament is something, but also like I could see it. I think he's one of the smarter players to ever play in the NBA. The fact that he's figured out this role and will be a first ballot Hall of Famer off the little things and defense and screens and I think he has all the intangibles and the intelligence to be a good coach. Now the temper and the attitude, he might get tossed from a lot of games, but he's going to have a lot of money, so he doesn't care about the suspensions and the fines, and he's going to have high standards of his players playing a certain way. So I see it. I really do. And I know some people think it's crazy because he's such, a hothead type of guy, but that doesn't change his intelligence on the court and then his savviness and his defense and his work ethic and all the things that he's brought to the Warriors, to that culture. He'd create a good culture, I'll tell you that.
I want him screaming at 8-year-olds. Like, I want this. I want this.
He definitely could
8-year-old kids.
He definitely could coach kids. But listen, Chandler hit it spot on.
Screaming.
I want it so bad.
Yeah, I can't imagine seeing him every weekend at these AAU tournaments, just berating kids. Like,
make it happen. Make it.
Listen, Chandler, you hit it spot on, man. as far as basketball and being knowledgeable about the game, who better than Draymond Green? I love when he speaks on his podcast, how he breaks down the game, how he talks about this game, his point of view about how the game should be played. I love everything about it. So I would love to see Draymond Green on the sidelines. Hey, look, Doc Rivers came from an era where they were throwing hands. Doc was a guy that was fighting it all the time, and he got into coaching. He kind of found his groove, found his rhythm, and how he speak to guys. I think Draymond would do the same thing.
I think it'd be great television. We got to take a quick break. On the other side, Jonathan Kuminga.
I thought he was a guest. I was like, what?
I mean, maybe.
Run it up, run it back.
Well, Shams just posted. Anthony Slater's got the story. This is officially the first day that Jonathan Kuminga can be moved, and he has made himself heard, demanding a trade from the Golden State Warriors. Hasn't played in the last 13 games. There it is. So remember when we talked about, he's been very good and he's been very quiet and I don't know how he's doing it? Well, he was following the rules, guys, because now that it's officially time that he can be moved, he is telling us, get me out of here. And no one's shocked, right, Lou? Like that, we were yelling it for him, honestly.
Nobody's shocked. But listen, give young fella credit. He stayed quiet. He stayed down, stayed professional, didn't ruffle the leaves. And the day that he can get traded, I'm going to make this grand announcement bright and early in the morning. It's 10:46 Eastern.
Dang, it is.
It's 7:46
right.
where they play. So for him to make this announcement bright and early like this, he wants it to be front page news and be talked about on every single platform there is. That's the way that you do it. And plus, why shake the tree when you know you can't be moved anyways? Like, I can't be moved until today. So today is going to be the day I make the splash. I love the way that he handled it. Love the way that he's been carrying himself. And, hopefully something happens in the near future here for him. Salute to him.
I want to, starting from the top, I will say this dude has been completely professional in this whole situation. And can you imagine signing $20+ million with a team and the coach basically saying you don't fit with this team and then being stuck there? And when you do play, you play pretty well. When you're in the lineup, with Steph, you're winning games. And I knew when Jimmy came over and Draymond, Kuminga, it wasn't a great fit. I knew there was going to be an odd man out and it was probably going to be Kuminga. But then they bring him back for $20+ million and they don't play him. They don't get him that opportunity. Is a little nuts. And so like, I'm happy for both sides just to get through this. And I hope he gets traded because I want him in a fresh start. I want him to go and have a hell of a career because I do think he's an awesome dude. I think he's a great player. He just doesn't fit the Steve Kerr mold in offense of what they're doing. But on the flip side, Steve Kerr's also saying, he's on record saying, we're a fading dynasty and we're not the 17 Warriors anymore. If they don't trade Kuminga, he's their only real trade asset to kind of get those picks and get some young stuff back. And if they don't do it, it's going to be a real issue. And I love Mike Dunleavy too. And the whole situation to me is just weird. Like Kuminga is too good to not be playing on this team. And they're not like they're the 1 or 2 or 3 seed. Like they're a mediocre team, not playing their only young stud. So it's all weird to me. I respect that Kuminga kind of waited till right now where he can officially get traded. But believe me, we're going to hear a lot more out of him and his agent, Aaron Turner, if he doesn't get moved soon.
So, Kerr's also on his last year. Wouldn't that be crazy if we come back next season and neither one of them's in Golden State or Kuminga stayed and Kerr's no longer coaching? Like, there are some
looks like the trend right now, right? It kind of looks like that's how it's going to go.
Maybe Kerr goes back to TV. That would be very, very interesting. All right.
Weird.
Well, there you go. Kuminga's made it official. The worst kept secret in the history of basketball is finally out there. We're going to take a very quick break. We've got a little more Run It Back on the other side.
Run it up, run it back.
My goodness, how I've missed Fitter Break. Let's get this bad boy started, guys. Okay, here we go. JB Bickerstaff is first.
No, he didn't. No,
this is
he
a
didn't.
fit.
Yeah, it's something. It's a thing. It happened.
This is a fit. I love when coaches listen. That tells me he was getting his hands dirty, Chandler. You know those practices where the head coaches get involved. They want to do a little 5-on-0. Want to get their hands dirty a little bit.
Let me tell
Chandler,
you something.
have you not seen this before?
full leg like replacement surgery. He is no way he's getting his hands dirty in practice. Take that dusty ass headband off.
Okay, moving on then.
Hey, coach is getting active. I gotta get Jared Jack on the phone. Jack gotta give me the answers. You gotta call Big. You gotta get an answer. Oh, I like this fit.
He's got the nerd aesthetic, like the stylish nerd thing down. It's
preppy,
good.
Preppy, nerdish,
Yes.
but kind of cool still.
Like if Urkel had money, this would be Urkel.
Yeah, it looked like he took a page out of Kendrick Lamar book, but I like this vibe right here.
Yeah, we like it. And then the little backwards cap, just, you know, hey guys, I'm hip.
Just throw a little flavor on it, a little sauce on it. I like
a little something, a little spice.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you gotta whip the head with it, B. You gotta, yeah.
Jennifer Hudson's got a show.
Chandler ain't got it.
All right,
so now we went. Is that the Canadian tuxedo?
Yes, with
That's
weird bottle
tuxedo.
like.
I like it, cool. So let's bury the hatchet, dog. We like this fit. Let's bury the hatchet.
Oh yeah, I forgot he got mad. You know what? We love it.
That's a fit.
We love
That's
Canadian tuxedo. Okay, fit. So okay, SGA. We're going back to Christmas. That's how long it's been since we've done. He does have like a model physique. He really can kind of do.
Are his pants unzipped?
So it's leather pants under leather pants.
I think it's a one piece. It's a one piece. I'm not rolling.
But look, the red is the leather.
The sneaks is fine.
Does he
Send me
not
another
sweat?
pair of sneaks.
Are his pants unzipped?
First, Beadle, he's gonna wear this fit for 15 minutes. You wear this from the hotel to the bus to the locker room. You take it off.
I don't care, man. Some of us have glands. Like this ain't happening.
Send me a pair of the red Jones, SGA. You send me the black. You send me the.
It's a leather onesie.
I'd be a sweaty mess in that thing.
Oh, Chandler would literally die.
Ain't it, my boy. This ain't it.
Okay, so that ain't it. How about J-Dub on Christmas?
No.
Right now.
Nah, this ain't it either.
Is he painting houses? What is this?
Nah, this ain't it either.
Somebody, you know what? I don't want to knock the art.
They've been doing it so well. They've been doing it so well that they can take chances. They can take a few chances. These last two fits just ain't it.
This segment makes me feel like
this looks like, I don't know if y'all grew up in small towns, but in small towns we have county fairs, and at county fairs you get t-shirts spray painted, and that's what this is.
That's just not it. It's not it.
It ain't it. Okay.
It.
Frick. Sohan. Oh, let's see what Jeremy. Okay, it's a flash dancey workout aerobics outfit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't, by the way, are we not going to comment? He's back to painting the hair up. Like, that's new. That is brand new.
How much do you like that, Beans?
And he's been playing more. Shut up, Chandler. Loving this.
Smooth. I like this.
You gotta coordinate. They coordinated.
You gotta coordinate. What you know about that, Beats?
Look at the Pistons.
I love it. Detroit, fashion capital of the world.
Wow.
That's gonna
see
do it
y'all
for us.
next week.
It's Thursday. See y'all in studio.
Have a good weekend.